Most people think wealth comes from luck, big salaries, or risky investments. But in Japan, millions of ordinary people quietly build wealth without stress, without gambling, and without showing off. No hype. No shortcuts, just habits. Today, I'm going to share 6 of Japanese habits that silently build wealth over time. If you apply even 2 of these, your financial life will look very different in a few years. I've studied how people in different cultures handle money. What shocked me about Japan is their system is not about getting rich fast. It's about never getting poor and slowly becoming wealthy. These habits are simple, but they compound. And compound habits are more powerful than compound interest. Let's break down the 6 Japanese habits that build quiet wealth with no luck and no stress. In Japan, one of the most powerful but underrated wealth-building habits is Kakeibo. It is a simple, almost old-fashioned way of tracking money, but it works because it changes how people think about spending. Instead of relying on apps, complex spreadsheets, or financial jargon, Kakeibo starts with awareness. You write down what you earn, what you spend, and what you want to save. That act alone forces your brain to slow down and pay attention. Most people lose money not because they are poor at investing, but because they are unaware of where their money goes. Small expenses feel invisible. A coffee here, a subscription there, a delivery fee, a random online purchase. Individually, they feel harmless. Together, they quietly destroy your financial future. Kakeibo exposes these leaks. When you physically see your spending written down, it becomes emotional, not just logical. You feel the cost, not just understand it. The Japanese approach is not about guilt or extreme restriction. It is about intention. Before spending, people ask themselves a simple question: do I really need this, or do I just want it right now? That tiny pause is powerful. It interrupts impulsive behavior and replaces it with conscious choice. Over time, this habit rewires your brain to prefer long-term stability over short-term pleasure. Another key idea behind Kakeibo is separating spending into meaningful categories. Not in a complex financial planner way, but in a human way. Essentials, optional wants, cultural or social expenses, and unexpected costs. This structure helps people understand what truly matters. Food, rent, health, and education become priorities. Status purchases become optional. This mindset shift is one of the reasons many Japanese households maintain strong savings rates even with average incomes. Kakeibo also creates a strong connection between goals and daily behavior. When you write down your savings target and track progress manually, you create a psychological bond with that goal. Saving stops being an abstract idea and becomes a visible, daily commitment. Every time you choose not to spend, you feel like you are moving closer to your future self. What makes this habit so powerful is its simplicity. You do not need a finance degree, expensive tools, or complicated strategies. You need honesty and consistency. Wealth is not built only by earning more. It is built by keeping more of what you earn. Kakeibo teaches discipline in the most practical way possible. Over time, this habit builds confidence. You feel in control of your money instead of anxious about it. You stop fearing bills, emergencies, or unexpected expenses because you understand your financial position clearly. That mental peace is part of what makes this approach so effective. Quiet wealth starts with quiet awareness. In Japanese culture, minimalism is not a trend or an aesthetic for social media. It is a deeply rooted philosophy about how to live with intention. When applied to money, minimalism becomes a powerful wealth-building habit. The idea is simple: buy less, choose better, and value function over status. This mindset quietly frees up a huge amount of cash that can be saved or invested. In many modern societies, spending is emotional. People buy to feel successful, to impress others, or to escape stress. Advertisements constantly push the idea that more stuff equals a better life. Japan takes a different approach. The focus is on usefulness, durability, and simplicity. If something does not add real value to daily life, it is often skipped. This reduces waste, clutter, and financial pressure. Minimalism changes how people define success. Instead of showing wealth through luxury goods, success is measured by stability, peace of mind, and independence. This shift removes the pressure to keep up with others. When you are not chasing the latest phone, car, or fashion trend, your expenses naturally drop. That extra money becomes fuel for savings and investments, without feeling like sacrifice. Another powerful aspect of Japanese minimalism is the respect for quality. Rather than buying many cheap items that break quickly, People often prefer fewer high-quality items that last for years. This reduces replacement costs and creates a long-term savings effect. It also encourages thoughtful purchasing. Before buying, there is a focus on durability, maintenance, and real necessity. Minimalism also reduces decision fatigue. Fewer possessions mean fewer choices, fewer bills, and fewer worries. This mental clarity spills into financial decisions. When life is simpler, it is easier to stay disciplined with money. People are less likely to make impulsive purchases because their environment supports intentional living. This habit also connects deeply with sustainability and responsibility. In Japan, wasting resources is socially discouraged. This cultural value reinforces careful spending and reuse. Items are repaired, shared, or repurposed instead of being thrown away. Financially, this behavior keeps expenses low and predictable. Over time, minimalism compounds just like interest. Every dollar not spent on unnecessary items can be saved, invested, or used to build security. The difference between someone who spends impulsively and someone who practices minimalism can be millions over a lifetime, even with the same income. Minimalism does not mean living poorly or denying yourself joy. It means choosing what truly matters and cutting out what does not. This clarity creates space for meaningful experiences, financial growth, and peace of mind. Quiet wealth is built not by showing off, but by silently keeping more of what you earn. In Japan, long-term thinking is deeply embedded in culture, and that mindset quietly shapes how people handle money. Instead of focusing on fast results, they focus on stability over decades. This approach is powerful because wealth is not built in months. It is built through years of consistent decisions that seem boring in the moment, but become extraordinary over time. Many people in the modern world think in short cycles. They want quick profits, viral success, or instant financial breakthroughs. This leads to risky decisions, emotional investing, and frequent changes in strategy. In contrast, the Japanese mindset values patience, planning, and steady progress. The goal is not to get rich fast. The goal is to never be financially vulnerable. Long-term thinking changes how people save and invest. When you plan for decades, market ups and downs become less scary. Temporary losses feel like noise, not disaster. This emotional stability allows people to stay invested and avoid panic selling. Over time, this discipline often matters more than picking the perfect investment. This mindset also influences career decisions. In Japan, there is a strong respect for mastery and gradual growth. People focus on building skills, reputation, and reliability over many years. Financially, this leads to stable income, steady promotions, and long-term job security. Instead of chasing every trend, they build deep expertise that compounds in value. Another aspect of long-term thinking is intergenerational responsibility. Many Japanese families think about how their decisions will affect their children and grandchildren. This encourages saving, insurance, and conservative financial planning. Money is not just for today's comfort. It is for future security. Long-term thinking also shapes spending behavior. When you think about your future self, you become less likely to waste money on temporary pleasures that harm long-term goals. A luxury purchase today is weighed against financial freedom tomorrow. This mental trade-off creates discipline without feeling like punishment. This habit also reduces stress. When you have a long-term plan, daily fluctuations in income or markets feel less threatening. You know where you are going and why. That clarity creates confidence and patience, two traits that are essential for building wealth. Over decades, long-term thinking becomes a massive advantage. Small savings grow into large investments. Modest career progress turns into expertise and influence. Simple habits transform into financial security. Quiet wealth is built by people who are willing to wait, plan, and stay consistent when others chase shortcuts. In Japan, the habit of saving first and spending later is treated as a rule, not a suggestion. This single mindset shift changes everything about how money behaves in your life. Instead of saving whatever is left at the end of the month, savings are taken out immediately, before any lifestyle choices are made. What remains is what you are allowed to spend. Most people do the opposite. They spend on rent, food, entertainment, subscriptions, shopping, and then hope there is something left to save. Usually there is not. This creates a cycle where saving feels impossible, even with a decent income. The Japanese approach flips that system. Saving becomes automatic and non-negotiable, while spending becomes flexible. This habit works because it leverages human psychology. When money is already moved to savings, You naturally adjust your lifestyle to fit what is left. You do not feel like you are losing money. You feel like you are working with a smaller budget. Over time, this builds discipline without requiring constant willpower. In many Japanese households, savings are treated like a fixed bill. Just like rent or electricity, a certain percentage of income goes directly into savings or investments. This creates financial stability even during uncertain times. When emergencies happen, there is a cushion. When opportunities arise, there is capital to act. Saving first also builds a strong sense of self-respect. You are paying your future self before anyone else. This creates a psychological connection between today's actions and tomorrow's security. Each month you save, you reinforce the identity of being a disciplined and responsible person. Identity-based habits are powerful because they sustain themselves. This approach also reduces financial anxiety. When you know you are consistently building reserves, you feel more in control. You worry less about unexpected expenses, job changes, or market fluctuations. That peace of mind is part of the wealth equation, even if it does not show on a balance sheet. Another important effect is compounding. Money saved early has more time to grow. Even small amounts saved consistently can turn into significant wealth over decades. The habit matters more than the amount. A person who saves a small percentage every month often ends up wealthier than someone who earns more but saves inconsistently. Saving first also encourages smarter spending. When you know savings are secured, you become more thoughtful with the remaining money. Purchases become deliberate rather than impulsive. You start asking whether something is worth delaying your financial goals. This habit is quiet and boring, but extremely powerful. There is no dramatic lifestyle change, no public display of discipline. It happens silently in the background, month after month. Over time, this simple rule separates people who struggle financially from those who quietly build lasting wealth. Kaizen is a Japanese philosophy that means continuous improvement. Instead of chasing massive breakthroughs, it focuses on making small, consistent improvements every single day. When applied to money, career, and personal habits, Kaizen becomes a quiet but unstoppable force for building wealth. Most people wait for big moments. A big promotion, a big business idea, a big investment win. The problem is that big moments are rare and unpredictable. Kaizen removes dependence on luck. It turns ordinary days into progress days. A 1% improvement in skills, income, or habits may seem insignificant, but over years it becomes transformative. In finances, Kaizen shows up in tiny changes. Learning one new financial concept, negotiating a small raise, reducing one unnecessary expense, or investing a small amount regularly. Each action alone is small, but together they create momentum. The key is consistency, not intensity. Kaizen also applies strongly to skills and earning power. Instead of waiting to become an expert overnight, the Japanese mindset encourages daily learning. Reading, practicing, refining, and improving bit by bit. Over time, this creates rare expertise which leads to higher income, better opportunities, and financial security. Income growth is one of the most powerful drivers of wealth, and Kaizen makes it systematic. This philosophy also reduces fear and overwhelm. Big goals can feel intimidating and paralyzing. Small improvements feel doable. When progress feels easy, people stick with it. This creates a positive feedback loop where progress builds motivation, and motivation fuels more progress. Kaizen encourages reflection. At the end of a day or week, you ask what worked, what did not, and what can be improved slightly. This mindset keeps you adaptable. Financial strategies, careers, and markets change, but the habit of improvement keeps you relevant and resilient. Another powerful aspect of Kaizen is its cumulative effect. Small habits compound just like money. Waking up a little earlier, saving a little more, learning a little faster, networking a little better. Over years, the gap between someone who improves daily and someone who stays the same becomes enormous, even if both started at the same place. Kaizen also builds confidence. When you see yourself improving, you develop trust in your ability to change your financial future. This internal belief is often what separates people who take action from those who stay stuck. Confidence grows from small wins, not giant leaps. This habit is quiet. There is no dramatic transformation story. It is just steady progress that is almost invisible day to day. But over a decade, Kaizen turns average people into high performers and modest finances into serious wealth. Quiet wealth is built by people who never stop getting slightly better. In Japan, investing is often approached with caution, stability, and a strong sense of community responsibility. Instead of chasing high-risk, high-reward opportunities, many people prefer low-risk, steady-growth strategies that protect their capital over the long term. This conservative mindset may seem boring, but it is one of the reasons quiet wealth is so common in Japanese society. Many modern investors are driven by excitement. They chase hot stocks, crypto trends, and speculative opportunities because they want fast results. This behavior is emotionally charged and often leads to big losses. The Japanese approach is the opposite. The priority is preservation first, growth second. The goal is not to win big once, but to avoid losing big ever. Low-risk investing aligns perfectly with long-term thinking. Stable assets like diversified funds, bonds, and long-term equities are favored because they reduce volatility. When investments are stable, people are less likely to panic during market downturns. This emotional control prevents costly mistakes and keeps money compounding peacefully. Another important aspect is the community-oriented financial culture. In Japan, there is a strong emphasis on collective well-being. People participate in structured savings systems, workplace pensions, and cooperative financial institutions. These systems encourage disciplined contributions and provide social safety nets. This reduces financial stress and encourages consistent investing. Community-based financial behavior also creates accountability. When saving and investing are normalized in society, people are more likely to follow through. It becomes part of everyday life, not a special activity for financial experts. This social reinforcement quietly pushes millions of people toward wealth, building behaviors without them feeling pressured. The Japanese preference for stability also influences how people handle debt. High-risk leverage and excessive borrowing are generally discouraged. Instead, people prefer to save before buying and keep debt manageable. This reduces financial fragility and ensures that investments are not overshadowed by interest payments. This approach creates a slow but powerful wealth engine. Money is steadily added, risks are controlled, and emotions are minimized. Over decades, even moderate returns can produce significant wealth when combined with consistent contributions and low losses. Low-risk investing also protects mental health. When your portfolio is not swinging wildly, you sleep better. When your financial system is stable, you make better decisions in other areas of life. Peace of mind is an invisible but valuable asset. This habit proves that you do not need to be a financial genius or take extreme risks to build wealth. You need structure, patience, and discipline. Quiet wealth grows in environments where risk is controlled and habits are consistent. Over time, this steady approach often outperforms flashy strategies that burn out. If you look closely, these Japanese habits are not secrets. They are simple, disciplined, and repeatable. But simplicity is exactly what makes them powerful. Wealth is rarely built by dramatic moves. It is built by quiet systems that run every day, whether you feel motivated or not. You do not need luck, a perfect market, or a huge income to apply these habits. You need consistency, patience, and respect for money. Track your spending, live intentionally, think long-term, save first, improve daily, and invest with discipline. If you start today, your future self will thank you. Quiet wealth is not about showing success. It is about owning your time, reducing stress, and creating financial security for decades. And that journey always starts with a single habit, repeated consistently.